So today we have a very special topic. I'm doing a review and a follow-up on a product we have been using with our dogs since we started back in 2019. And I will get into it right after this. All right, so back in 2019, we started traveling with the dogs, and we had picked up this device called a Gogo Stik. Now, a Gogo Stik is basically a portable pooper scooper. There's a lot of advantages to these, first of all, but what I wanted to say is this set right here has lasted us almost 3 years of 365 days a year, at least 2 to 3 times taking them out, usually 4 times a day. These have had a lot of use. And yes, they've broken down a little bit, but who wouldn't after that much time? I mean, this thing, I think these held up amazingly well. Well, a while back we lost the little clip that holds the two sticks together, and there is the new clip, and I actually have a Velcro solution to it now. But I wrote to the company and I said, hey, we've been using your product for a long time. We had a video out on it. We lost the clip. Can we just buy a clip? Well, they loved the video that we'd made previously, and they basically sent me a new clip, and they sent me the latest Gogo Stik. So now we have 2 of them in use, and I wanted to kind of go over the 2 and kind of show where some of the differences are between them. Now, the funny thing is, you can tell already how long we've been using these, because they were the same color at one time, and this is faded just from being outside so much. But the basic structure of this is about the same. Dawn, I hate to blame her, but she's very heavy-handed in using this, and she jams this thing into the ground, and it cracked. But the fact that it cracked, it's still holding up. We still have it in use. They do send you bags for these, and if you live in a state where shopping bags are banned, their bags are like 100 bags for $10 on Amazon. So I would definitely go with that. However, we have so many shopping bags that are left over from shopping, and what do you do with these? I don't want to throw them out necessarily. Well, we do throw them out, but I basically use them for the dogs. So I just basically put a new one of these on and wrap this thing around, and we have these little ear hook things that they hooked on. Straighten that out, pull them over the flaps on the sides, and you're loaded and ready to go. And you're basically saving money because you're using the shopping bags that you get when you go grocery shopping anyway. So that's basically that side. Now the other side, I do like covering up the paddle. Now before I do cover up the paddle, I do want to talk a little bit more about, now the design here is the same. If you're traveling with limited space, you can twist and collapse these so they will fit in tight spaces. I never bother because we don't really have to worry about tight spaces, but that was that. The old design was basically a paddle. The new design is kind of a spork. To be honest, I personally am okay with the spork. I kind of like that. My wife, though, prefers the paddle because let's just say our little girl is not always the easiest to clean up after. And I won't go into detail, but just use your imagination. And this works better to have a spoon than a fork. Like if you're eating soft ice cream, do you want a spoon or fork? Did I just say that? I'm sorry. No, but spoon versus fork. And yeah, that is the difference there. But now we do like to cover these up as well. And to be honest, to save, so I like using the bag that you get at most dog parks because they fit very perfectly right over this. And then I just kind of form a little area to tie it off. And then we're ready to go. I mean, this basically, how simple is this? So now, the fact that we were losing this, I figured out they have these little holes in the side of the clips. So I Velcro it to one, and they just snap together, and you're ready to go for the walk. So one-handed, you're good to go. Pros and cons. To be honest, I can't think of any cons. They're extremely easy to use. They're extremely easy to load. For 40 some odd dollars on Amazon, you get both the paddle and the scooper and a box of 100 bags. If you buy just the paddle and the scooper, it's less, but you also do get some of the sample bags that they put out. I definitely give this a 2 paws up. The dogs, I mean, they can care less what we use, but to be honest, this is extremely easy. And when you're being dragged around by a couple of huskies, you don't have a lot of time to stand there and try to bend over and pick it up and be neat about it. It's so much easier, one-handed even, to scoop with the scoop side, and if you need the paddle, it's really simple to pick it up and move on and not be fumbling around with a bag when you got 2 dogs dragging you around. Almost forgot 2 more things here really quick. Basically what I wanted to show is we really like peanut butter pretzels. We haven't gotten them in a while, but we save the canisters because it is a perfect place to store your bags. So when we travel, this is just inside the side flap. I got one of these jammed full of bags. In fact, I have a second one too, but I do keep that. I'm planning on experimenting with cutting a hole in the top to use it like a dispenser. But anyways, great way to be ready every time because the sticks are kept outside. I just had to insert that in there. And Velcro strips. We just got the basic little Velcro strip that you can get for different items, and I just kind of slip it in, tie it on, and cut it down to fit. So that's it. Back to the main video. The downside, I would say, is right now they don't offer the paddle anymore. They only offer the spork. And if you have a dog where you kind of need that, yeah, you can. It still works, especially if you put a bag over it. You just ought to be careful not to dig too deep into the grass, otherwise this will rip holes in the black bag. But other than that, I am 100% believer and will always be using Gogo Stiks from here on out. This thing has just been amazing. So this is a short video. I'm proud of myself. I did not really make any poop jokes, but I mean, after all, read the book. Everybody poops. Not to endorse that book, but I mean, it's out there, so what the heck. Anyways, so that is it for this episode. Make sure to give it a thumbs up, or maybe 2 thumbs up. A number 1 or a number 2. Okay, I'm getting into the jokes now. Okay, so yeah, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscription button, and for good measure, that notification bell lets you know when we post every Sunday at 2 o'clock. Another number 2. How many number 2s can we get out of this episode? Anyways, follow us on Facebook and Instagram. There's 2 things you can follow us on. And you got to amuse yourself, right? And www.outroadtocamelot.com. I promise I will catch up on all those things. But until next time, safe travels. See you on the road.